The girl saw a terrifying scene in the middle of the night. A hand bigger than a trash can appeared on the street. Suddenly, the owner of the big hand noticed her. Upon closer look, the figure standing up was actually a giant several tens of meters tall. The giant saw he was exposed and quickly walked towards the girl. Terrified out of her wits, the girl frantically hid under the covers. The giant stretched out his massive hands, grabbed the girl, and then started to run wildly down the street with her. When encountering passing trucks, he used a cloak to disguise himself. Forming a wall, when encountering pedestrians, he promptly blocks the streetlights, hiding himself in darkness. When a small car approached head-on, he quickly disguised himself as cargo. The giant took large strides, carrying the girl out of the city, leapt over the coastline, and landed directly on the cliff's edge. Then, with a powerful jump, passed through the lightning-filled clouds, and finally entered another world. The giant took the girl into his lair, then hung her up high, and turned to start sharpening a knife. Seeing her life was in danger, the little girl, she immediately crawled out and ran along the wood to the window, wanting to escape. But the window was too heavy and the girl couldn't push it open. Unexpectedly, she slipped, alarming the giant. The giant told the little girl that, unless she had wings, she shouldn't dream of escaping. Then he placed the girl in a frying pan, preparing to cook. Tonight's midnight snack. The giant picked up a kitchen knife that was only 3 meters long and chopped down on the pickled cucumber next to him. It seems he wanted to use the pickled cucumber as a side dish. Just then, the sound of roaring came from outside. It turned out that a group of just awakened giants were... The old giant warned the girl not to be discovered by those giants outside because they are a group of bloodthirsty and brutal evil creatures. The little girl was trembling with fear, afraid the old giant would eat her. Little did she know, the old giant was just a vegetarian. The reason the girl was captured was because she discovered the existence of the giant. The old giant, to keep the secret from being revealed, had no choice but to bring the girl here. Once the girl learned that he wasn't a bad person, she immediately became bolder. She told the old giant her name was Sophie, from the orphanage. An orphan, and she swore not to reveal the giant's secret. Sophie begged the old giant to take her back, but was met with the old giants. The old giant warned Sophie not to attempt escaping. If she were caught by those guys outside, she would be chopped up and die. Then, the old giant gave Sophie the lookout on the wooden boat as a little nest. After Sophie fell asleep, the old giant quietly entered the secret room. Inside, various glowing things could be seen. It turns out the old giant is a dream master. He can implant various dreams into the minds of humans. Kind-hearted people will be accompanied by colorful and beautiful dreams every night, while those who are insidious and cunning will be plagued by red nightmares.